Hi, I am Regal Cameron of RegalCameron.com, and welcome to Live the Regal Life TV. I empower women to face their fears, let go of their anger, and push past their pain so they can heal the child within so the adult can live. I'm a life coach, a speaker, and an author. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Regal T. Cameron, and you can also find me on Twitter at Regal's Gems. So it's been a while since I've been on. It's actually been a few weeks since I've been on, and there's been a reason for that. I was actually in the middle of my health and wellness series. Well, I'm back, and I'm going to talk about some more health and wellness, some more in the health and wellness series. This is going to be day 6, and I want to explain a little bit about what was going on and why I was missing for a few weeks. As you know, back in February, late February, I was sick. I had bronchitis, and it really took a toll on me physically. It took me about 2.5 weeks to really get completely over it. But in the midst of going through that, it took a toll on me spiritual wise, meaning that going through that sickness, literally, I believe that God was trying to tell me that I'm going in a shift, and that there were some things deep down inside of me that I needed to deal with. Now, at first, I was kind of like, and the reason why, I'm thinking that I'm good because, I'm in my happy space. I've started a new life. I moved into a new place, and I figured, I was in a good place. I'm good. I ain't really got nothing else to deal with right now, just trying to get my business off the ground and doing things like that. And then I just got in this rut, and it was just really messing with me. So I sought spiritual help, and I went and talked with someone, and I figured out and found out that I've been in a shift. Now, for the health and wellness today that I want to talk about a program that I've created, and that's actually going to be up on my Thinkific platform soon, and that's going to be released soon. It's called Review, Reflect, and Connect. So for me, what I had to do at this time that I took off over these last 3 weeks is I actually had to review my life. I had to reflect over my relationships, and I had to get to a space where I could connect to the direction that I want my life to go. Now, this is a process that you do continuously. You can do it as many times as you need to do it throughout the year. You can do it once a quarter, you can do it once a month, however you feel that you need to do it. So basically what I did is, when I started going through this kind of thing of, man, I'm feeling a little weird here, something's not going right, what's going on with me spiritually, I just kind of got in a quiet space, and I asked God to give me some guidance, and told me to ask him what he wanted me to do, where he wanted me to go, what I needed to do as far as me moving forward. So as I, saw him in prayer, he directed me to where to go. So I did what I needed to do, and I found out that literally the reason why I was feeling the way I was feeling was because of fear. Okay, I know. Fear. Yeah, fear. Fear can attack us at any time, any place, anywhere. Okay? Fear don't care. Fear does not care where it hits you. Fear can hit you in your sickness. Fear can hit you in your mental. Fear can hit you in your spirit. It does not care where it tries to take foothold in your life. And what your job is to understand the meaning of fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Yes, false evidence appearing real. And what I had to do in reviewing that, I literally had to think about why this fear was building up in me. Where did it come from? What had I not dealt with that I needed to deal with? What truths about myself I was avoiding? What truths I didn't want to speak? And I did that. And after doing so, I realized that I've got to push through the fear. I cannot let false evidence appearing real stop me from my purpose. I can't do that. And I implore you not to let false evidence appearing real stop you from your purpose. It's up to you to do what you got to do, to get to the people who you got to get to talk to the person who you got to talk to, so that they can be free and live their life, the best life that they're supposed to live. So in doing so, after I reviewed everything, or at least reviewed a good amount of what I had been going through and what was going on in my head, what I was feeling, and just really sitting back and saying, okay, I need to deal with this. And I need to not allow it to control my life. I need to push forward. I've got some goals that I want to hit by the end of next year, and I cannot allow fear to stop me from reaching that goal. Because the thing is, what fear does, fear tries to make you stay in your normal. Fear tries to make you stay in what is comfortable. Fear tries to get you into the standard that this is okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is okay. And don't get me wrong, for some people, just being right there in the middle, doing the standard thing, doing the everyday thing to get to the next day is okay for them. It's good for them, and it's nothing wrong with being in that space. Nothing at all. If you've made up your mind that this is how you want your life to be and you're happy with that, that is so awesome. That means you got into your happy space and you just do you. But if you're someone like me who knows that you have purpose in you and that purpose has to come out of you, then the best thing that you got to do is you got to walk in that fear. That means you got to jump afraid. What's going to happen to you? What's the worst thing that could happen? You fall and you hit the ground. You fall and your wings start to flap and you start to soar and you start to glide, and you do all the things that birds do when they're in the air, and you can actually overcome, surpass what you thought you were going to do, but yet you would have never known what you could have done if you wouldn't have jumped off the cliff. So when you do it afraid, you got a chance of either falling on your face, hitting the ground, getting a little bruise, scuffle, gotta brush the dirt off of, you gotta, and then pick yourself back up. Or you could get the reward of soaring like an eagle. So I've decided to soar like an eagle. So after I've reviewed over the things that I was going through over the last 3 weeks, I refuse to allow anything to stop me from going where I gotta go, from doing what I gotta do, from saying what I have to say. So I've come to terms with that. And in the midst of that, now I'm in a reflective state. And over these last few weeks, I've had to review some friendships. I've had to review some relationships. I've had to really sit back and say, is this relationship serving me? Is this person really a good person for me? Not saying that they're a bad person. Not saying that they're not saying that they're a bad person. They're just not what I need right now. They're not the support that I need right now. And that's okay. So when you're in the reflective stage of relationships, people in your life, how they affect your life, what's going on, do they need to be in your life, are they adding to your life, are they subtracting from your life? When you're in that reflective state, then you have to decide what type of friendship you want. Now, you can continue to keep the same friendship that you've always had that's not serving you. Or you could decide to either downgrade the friendship and let the friendship just be, okay, when I see you, I see you. When, if you call me, cool. If I call you, cool. It's just every so often you see each other. That's okay. Or it could be to cut them off, boom, throw them away. It could be that too. But you have to decide on how to let that relationship serve you. Is it serving you well? Is it serving you good? Or is it not serving you at all? And when you figure out one of those three things, if it's serving you well, if it's serving you good, or if it's serving you not at all, then you decide where you want that relationship to be, where you want that relationship to go, and how far you want it to go, or if you don't want it to go far at all. That is up to you. Then we have connect to the person that you want to be. So it's review your life, reflect over your relationships, and connect to the person that you want to be. So for me, my thing is I'm doing what my heart's desire in my time that I am not at my my day job, which is that's my funder. That's who's helping me with my business, my silent my silent funder, that my job is, which is helping me do what I do. So connecting to that person that you want to be, for me, it's connecting to being a life coach and helping people, men and women, get to that next stage or next level in their life. It's also me connecting to who I want to be personally, which is a speaker, which I am a speaker, and becoming great at being a speaker. It's really just, and being an author, connecting to that and doing what it takes to connect to that thing that I want to be. So what do you have to do to connect to that person that you want to be? What do you have to do to make that person come to fruition for yourself? So meaning that I had to sit down, take account of what I needed to do. Now I've got a pretty good list on what I need to do to get where I got to get. Now in the process of me doing that, because I've got like spreadsheets of how much, my projections for sales. I have a spreadsheet for just things that I want to do. Just literally, I have things written down of what I want to do and accomplish by 2020, literally December 2020. And making sure that I can reach the goal that I want to get so that I can literally quit my day job and do the thing that I love to do 24/7, which is help people, which is go out and speak and encourage people to do what their dreams are, and to make that thing, that hobby that they love to do, if that's what they love to do, they can turn that thing into a cash cow and live their best life. That's what my desire is. That's what I'm connecting to. I'm connecting to the thing, working my life coaching business, working me being a speaker, working me being an author, and getting myself out there. So I'm now connected to that thing that I want to be, because literally I have written down my goals until 2020. I have spreadsheets and telling me this is what I plan to do. This is where I plan to go. So I've got a map. I have a road map to where I want to go. Where's your roadmap? Do you have it written down? Do you know where you want to go? Do you know where you want to be? That's how you connect to that person that you're becoming. Okay? You've got to have a roadmap. So my challenge to you is, in this health and wellness series here, day 6, is I want to challenge you to review your life. Review over those things that are good for you, and review over those things that are bad for you, and review over those things that are not, so-so, that may need a little bit of help. Then I want you to reflect over the relationships in your life. I want you to reflect over every relationship in your life, whether if it's with friends, whether if it's with families, whether if it's with coworkers. I want you to review those relationships, because the reason why I want you to review your relationships is because your relationships affect you. It affects your mind. It affects your well-being. Because if you're a sensitive person like I am, and a very caring person like I am, when someone is hurting, you're hurting. You empathize, you sympathize with that person, and you try to help them figure out how to get through that thing, or whatever it is that they're going through, if they're your friend, if you have a really true relationship with them. So I need for you to do what I did and reflect over your relationships. And if it's not serving you, either end the relationship or downgrade the relationship, one or the other. And then the last thing I need for you to do is I need for you to connect to the person that you want to be. Yeah, I need you to connect to the person that you want to be. That means that if you have a desire to serve, if you have a desire to speak, if you have a desire to teach, if you have a desire to start your own dance company, no matter what, it doesn't matter what it is, it's whatever you desire that you want to do to make your life better, to make your life happier. I want you to sit down and write a roadmap on how to get there. Give yourself steps on how to get there. Give yourself micro and macro wins, meaning give yourself designations, benchmarks, that when you get to such and such point, boom, that's a micro win. When you get to the next one, boom, that's a micro win. When you get to the next one, boom, that's a macro win. So you've got these 2 little wins, and then you got one really, really big win. Okay? I want you to do that. Because having a roadmap, having benchmarks allows you to see your progress. When you see your progress, then you know you're not stagnant. Okay, I'm going to say that again. When you see your progress, written down on paper, then you can see your progress. You see your progress, then you can see where you've made it to that next step, and you've gotten closer to your goals because you're taking one step at a time, one step at a time. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to review your life, reflect over your relationships, and then connect to the person that you desire to be. Okay, so that's it for today's Health and Wellness Day 6. I am back. You will see me on tomorrow. I will be in on tomorrow. Now, what I'm going to do with the Health and Wellness now is I'm going to take it to another level of health and wellness, and we're going to go back to the health side. As I stated in earlier videos, there was a time when I went to a dietitian. And I learned about foods that you can eat and that you should eat, you shouldn't eat, and that are okay for you to eat every once in a while for you to splurge. So I have a list of foods, and I'm going to go over that list. And I want to talk about eating well, and I want to talk about health, that part of, because a lot to do with your health is what you eat. What you put in your body is what literally kills you or help you to stay alive. And what you eat, there's something that I learned about our bodies is that I think it's every 35 days or 35 or 45 days, our body regenerates new cells. So when you eat food, if you're eating bad foods, you're regenerating bad cells because you're not feeding yourself. You're not feeding yourself healthy foods. But when you feed yourself healthy foods, then you're generating good cells. You're generating health in your body. So I'm going to talk about things like that, just little tidbits that help you get some understanding of how your body and your systems work. So we're going to be talking about food, what's good for you, what's bad for you, and what's so for you to eat. So I want you to stay tuned to the Health and Wellness series. I've gotten back in there. Yay, I'm back. I did my reviewing, I did my reflecting, and I did my connecting, okay? So thank you guys so much for sitting this long in the video. It's about, now I'm at like the 17-minute mark in this video. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like, share, and follow me, okay, here on Instagram. And also remember to live the regal life. You deserve it, okay? Thanks and have a good day. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow on our Health and Wellness Day 7, where we're going to be talking about food, eating healthy. Bye. Have a good evening.